Since COVID hit, I've heard every week someone say there's about to be a property crash. There's about to be a property crash, and there hasn't been yet. There's been a property boom when the stamp duty holiday was announced, and I think there's going to be another boom. Now we have an extension to the stamp duty holiday, and 5% deposits are back. But let's just say I'm an investor, and someone has told me that there's going to be a property crash. And I'm on the point of making an investment. I suddenly say to you, I'm not sure, this property thing's very risky. What if I give you the money and then there's a crash and properties devalue by 30%? Then I'm not going to get my money back, am I? What would you say in that instance to that investor?
First of all, I wouldn't invest in a property that it has no buffer at all for 30%. I run 8-figure property portfolio. I wouldn't be here nowadays if I had invested in properties that went down in value as much as that. Yes, I might be in a situation, and I don't think I have personally, but you could end up in a situation where you could just have negative equity. Actually, that's not true, because I'm going to give you an example. The first property I bought, being an armchair investor, I bought it of a company that actually went bankrupt. So I ended up with a property that is negative equity. This property just cash flow absolutely amazing. And at the end of the day, as an investor, all you want is that the property cash flows. Because if the property cash flows positively, then obviously I've got money on my pocket. Do I care that at the time it was £50,000 less than I paid for? No, not really, because I was not planning to sell it anyway. All I wanted was the property to actually get it down. And remember that even when you give me your money, there is always a strategy. So we will make sure that when we get your money out, we have applied to either one of the two strategies that we have. We always have the main strategy and a backup, just in case, just to protect ourselves and to protect our investors. But at the end of the day, it just depends what the investor is looking for. If the investor is looking for a passive income on a monthly basis, he doesn't really care. It doesn't really matter whether the property goes down in value. It's all about the cash that is in his pocket. However, if the person is actually worried about, but I wanted my money back within 18 months, well, we will have to put the money in a place that we will be able to get it out. And the event that we don't do, we're still going to have to remove the money from there. And then just you either work with another investor or work with a financial institution that will actually remortgage the house. And then we will be able to get the money out. So either way, there is no, if you work with us, you are aware of very much at every single point what's happening. It's not like you just forget about your money. I mean, you can. And most people, to be honest, because they feel comfortable working with RQT Property Investments, they do feel comfortable and they do just leave it to them. At the end of the day, the investors that we normally have are only two types. The ones that they want an annual bonus and the ones that they want a passive monthly income. They don't actually, the minute they start investing in me, normally they will say, after the first term is over, after the first 2 years are over, then they will come to me and say, well, do you need any more? Can I just leave it to you a little bit more? Because they get used to making money and they end up being happy. They don't have to worry about the money. They know the money is safe. They know the money is ring-fenced in the company. It cannot be touched or taken away by someone else. So why would you worry? This is not the shares. This is not Bitcoin. There is not, we can't go from 100 to 0, like in the shares or Bitcoin. Yes, we can take a hit, but historically, properties have always doubled in value every 7 to 10 years. So why should we believe that something else is going to happen?
And this is Raquel Queral. If you have any more questions or want to know a little bit more about how we work and how we can potentially work together, just drop me an email at thegreenlandlady@gmail.com. Thank you very much and have a good evening.